Hi everyone, it's Chris here from Retro Consoles UK, and recently we picked up 2 bundles of PlayStation 2 games. There was a few extra PS1 games which we'll get to in a minute as well. So it was 2 bundles. There was about 30 games in each bundle. So we've separated out the consoles. That'll be up on another video. So I'm going to fire through and see what we get. So there really was worth picking up these bundles of games. So first up is the losers of the pile. So we have 10 games here. They're like Virtual Fighter and Getaway and stuff. So unfortunately these were either had very little value, as in sports games like football games, or they were too scratched to save and they weren't really worth saving. And they were all under £5 and they weren't really worth saving. So then these 10 unfortunately began in the bin. So we've got 5 here as well that were pretty scratched up, but they were worth saving. I mean, they'll make a nice little bundle for a console. So you've got things like MTA Impact, Vice City, Red Fraction, Tomb Raider. So they were good games. They weren't top end games, but they were worth putting in a bundle, worth saving. And I'll give them a disc clean. So that's 5 of them there. Next up we have 25 games that were in good condition. They'll go straight into bundling up with consoles. So they always try to bundle up at least 5 games that aren't worth selling on their own, bundle them up with the consoles, so whoever gets the consoles has something to play. So fire through, this is the first bundle. So you've got things like Max Payne in there, you've got Quantum of Solace, you've got Da Vinci Code, you've got Splinter Cell. So worth keeping, only worth a couple of quid, so not worth selling on their own, but good for bundling. Next one was things like The Getaway, Van Helsing, Fantastic Four, The Incredibles. Again, all good games, not worth throwing away, always worth bundling up with a console. Next up, you have another bundle. So you've got things like GTA, Gran Turismo 3 there. You've got a copy of Vice City. You've got James Bond, Agent Under Fire. So good games, Colin McRae, another set there. Next bundle, you have things like Star Wars, The Force Unleashed. You've got things like Madden. You've got Operation No One Lives Forever. So again, Lord of the Rings, good games to bundle up. And the last bundle, so we got 5 bundles: Juiced, Primal, Star Trek, Soldier of Fortune. So good games there. Next up, I pulled out the games that are worth selling on their own. So the first up I'll go through is the PlayStation 1 games. So the PlayStation 1 games are with 1 bundle. So these will be worth selling on their own. You've got Duke Nukem, Time to Kill. You've got Rayman. Love the Rayman, love the original Rayman, great game. You've got Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. You've got Crash Bandicoot, which is one of the picks, the original one. Unfortunately it's the platinum version, but it's one of the picks of the PS1 stuff we got. Metal Gear Solid there, all complete. Case needs a good clean, but Black Label. That was really probably the best of the PS1 stuff. And World Is Not Enough, James Bond. So next up I've got all the games that are worth selling together. So I've kept out the 4 best. They're definitely worth waiting till the end to see what they are, because there's some real big hitters in there. And then I'll fire through the stuff that will sell separately. So you've got Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. I'll bundle them. They're not really worth selling on their own, but they're worth selling together. So Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. You've got The Simpsons game on the PS2. You've got Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Been selling a lot of them recently. Great game. Definitely, if I could pick them up for 50p, I definitely would be. It's a really good game, really popular at the moment. You've got SpongeBob SquarePants. Definitely one to look out for on the PlayStation 2. This one's listed on CEX for £12. So that some of them get really good money, which is strange because it's not a game I would normally look out for. So that's definitely one to pick up if you see it out in the wild, SpongeBob on the PS2. Next up, another one that's really popular. I guess asked about this all the time. This is Scarface. One of my favourite games. This was made by the same people who made GoldenEye. This is Time Splitters 2. I absolutely love this game. It's got a fantastic multiplayer. Definitely worth picking up. Local co-op is definitely definitely a must on this game. Next up, you've got Star Wars Battlefront 2. Sell them all day long. Get them all day long. Really good game, really good gameplay. Was in my recent top 5 PS2 games to own a couple of videos back as well. Got Half-Life. This always sells really well for me as well. Half-Life. You've got Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Pretty good game. Uncommon. Probably one of the few. There was about 5 or 6 different Star Wars games on the PS2. This one does come with its manual. Probably need to change the case, but a good one there. God of War. I've just been playing the PlayStation 4 version of this myself recently. God of War, really good game. Always does well. You've got Shrek, Smash and Crash Racing. One you don't see very often. Probably the most valuable of the Shrek games on the PS2. It's like their version of kind of like Mario Kart, like a racing game. Looks pretty fun. It's pretty good, and you don't see that very often. Probably the only copy I've ever seen. Another good one. So this is Prince of Persia Trilogy. So Prince of Persia games on their own aren't worth a great deal, but if you get the trilogy, make sure all the games are inside and all the manuals. It's definitely worth picking up. Prince of Persia Trilogy. And the last one of my good games to be resold on their own is a favourite of mine, and that is Hit and Run, Simpsons Hit and Run. So out of all the games we picked up, a couple of the games that are next are the ones that caught my eye. I've never really seen these out in the wild before. People selling them part of a bundle. I don't know if they knew what they had, but these 4 games here are definitely the reason why I picked the bundles up in the first place. So we're going to start off with Silent Hill 2 Director's Cut. Unfortunately, it is the platinum version, but it's still over £20 game. Really good. Comes with its manual there as well. Really good. I didn't even see that straight away. It wasn't the first game I've seen. But normally, Silent Hill 2 would definitely be one of the first games I've seen. Next up, you have Silent Hill 3. I think this will be going into my personal collection. I think I'll be keeping this because I have a lot of Silent Hill games. I've got a pretty decent Silent Hill collection of my own. But Silent Hill 3 is the one that caught my eye straight away. Again, they're complete with its manual. Disc in really nice condition. Think I might be keeping this one. But Silent Hill 3 in a bundle just off Facebook is amazing. And it doesn't stop there. It gets even better. So you've got Evil Dead Regeneration. This is about a £25, £30 game. Again, come in the black case. It does come with its manual in there. Unfortunately, it does have a stick up just on the spine there, which is unfortunate. But a £25, £30 game in a bundle with all these other amazing games is really great as well. And then this is the one that caught my eye first. Now, I know the early stuff's worth a lot of money, and the 360 stuff isn't worth a lot of money, but I wasn't really sure about the PlayStation 2 stuff. And this is Castlevania on the PlayStation 2. They released 2 games. They're both £40 games, I would say. Again, complete with its manual. So really amazing. Super happy to get these. These are the 4 that I really wanted. These 15, 20 will get my money back, if not more. And then I've got plenty of games to bundle up with the consoles. And unfortunately, you get a few casualties along the way. I mean, I can use the cases as well. There's a couple there I've got dodgy cases. So I can reuse the cases so they won't get completely lost. It's just not worth my time keeping 500 copies of FIFA 2005. They just go in the bin, or I can use them as donor cases. So thank you very much. What did you think about that? Like I say, I was super stoked to get these 4. I would have bought the whole lot just for these 4, really. So, and the rest is just a bonus. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you thought. If you like this kind of content, I'll show more of it all the time. I had a great time putting all this together, getting all the bundles together. They can get sold at consoles. Help the consoles get sold. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.